Here's your wrestling news for October 3rd, 2025. Your headlines for today include Matt Riddle snaps, violently attacks TMZ reporter in public meltdown. Carlos Silva addresses explosive rumors of Joe Hendry joining WWE. WWE champion caught in serious car crash, drunk driver to blame. The real story behind Andrade's AEW deal. Adam Page's explosive social media outburst over AEW Dynamite ads. What did Roman Reigns really mean with his latest promo? Tony Khan faces backlash for supposedly censoring Britt Baker's support. Shane McMahon's son Declan landed ESPN internship, and more. Matt Riddle has once again landed himself in controversy, though this time things might not be exactly as they seem. The former WWE United States champion, who has been making his mark on the independent scene and with MLW since his release from WWE, was recently featured on TMZ Sports' Inside the Ring podcast. What started as a normal interview quickly spiraled into chaos. Host Branson Quirk suggested that while he respects Riddle, he didn't buy into the idea that the former MMA fighter could actually knock out Jake Paul, claiming that Riddle just seemed to be chasing a big payday. Riddle didn't take the comments lightly. Instead of brushing it off, he snapped, lifting Quirk, slamming him through the table, and shoving him back down when he tried to get up. Riddle also accused him of bringing up CM Punk and trying to get him in trouble before storming off the set. The shocking scene had many worried about Quirk's health, but the host later broke his silence on X, reassuring fans with a quick update, "I'm okay, don't worry, just needed a little ice pack on my face." However, the moment may not have been as real as it first appeared. On closer look, Quirk's co-host was laughing throughout the incident, and even Riddle himself cracked a smile mid-brawl, making it feel more like a staged work than a legitimate shoot. In the end, what was likely meant to be a shocking viral stunt actually fell flat, leaving fans more confused than impressed. Do you think this attempt at a work hurt Riddle's image even more, or was it just harmless fun gone wrong? Joe Hendry's presence on WWE programming has only grown in recent weeks, and naturally, fans are starting to wonder, has he officially signed with the company? Speculation hit a new level on the September 16th edition of WWE NXT when Bobby Roode caused a stir during his backstage segment with Hendry by flat out saying that Hendry is now with NXT. But according to TNA executive Carlos Silva, that isn't the case just yet. Speaking on the Battleground podcast, Silva directly addressed Roode's comment and made it clear that Hendry is still under contract with TNA. "Yes, he's still with TNA. It caught me off guard when Roode said it as well. He is until he's not. And Joe's been great with WWE and NXT. We'll continue to sort of work through that together as good partners do." Silva admitted he was just as surprised as fans were by Roode's choice of words. While he confirmed Hendry remains a TNA talent, he also emphasized the ongoing cooperative relationship between TNA and WWE, which has allowed Hendry to appear regularly on NXT programming. Behind the scenes, reports suggest Hendry is already being quietly phased out of TNA storylines while receiving more airtime in WWE. Both Fightful and PW Insider have previously noted that the expectation is for Hendry to become a full-time WWE superstar by early 2026, unless something changes drastically. So for now, Joe Hendry technically remains a TNA name, but based on his current trajectory and steady spotlight in WWE, it feels less like an if and more like a when before he makes the full jump to NXT. Former WWE Intercontinental Champion Ahmed Johnson is lucky to be alive after walking away from a frightening car crash caused by a drunk driver. The accident took place on September 29th, and the photos of the wreck are no joke. Johnson's vehicle was left mangled beyond recognition. Despite the violent impact, the former Intercontinental Champion somehow escaped without a single scratch. Book Pro Wrestlers shared the story on Facebook, confirming that Johnson, real name Tony Norris, had been struck by a drunk driver. The rear of his car was completely crushed, but miraculously, he made it through unharmed. Fans quickly flooded social media, stunned that he had survived an accident that could have easily been fatal. Johnson later took to Facebook himself, giving a brief but powerful update. "When you have the Lord on your side, nothing can harm you." His message was followed by an outpouring of support as fans sent well wishes and prayers for his continued recovery. Considering how severe the crash looked, Ahmed Johnson's survival is nothing short of miraculous. For a man whose career was once defined by power and resilience inside the ring, he's now proving that same strength outside of it. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. The October 1st episode of AEW Dynamite delivered a shocker as Andrade made his long-awaited return after nearly 2 years, blindsiding Kenny Omega before officially aligning himself with the Don Callis family. After the show, Andrade broke his silence on Instagram, sending out a heartfelt message of gratitude. He closed his post with pride, declaring, "Latino man, el ídolo." Kenny Omega, clearly unimpressed with yet another post-match ambush, reacted online with a sarcastic jab. He tweeted, "All these post-match beatdowns," and attached a gif of 50 Cent reflecting in regret, making it clear he's tired of being on the receiving end of AEW's constant blindsides. With WrestleDream now on the horizon, all signs point to Andrade and Kenny Omega colliding in singles action, a showdown that could steal the show. But why exactly did Andrade return to AEW? The answer lies in circumstance and opportunity. His departure from WWE was on bad terms, and with WWE now working closely alongside TNA, a comeback through that door was never realistic. That left AEW as the only major promotion in the United States with a prime television platform. And with Tony Khan's reputation for leaving doors open rather than burning bridges, it made perfect sense for him to bring Andrade back into the fold. From an in-ring perspective, Andrade remains one of the most complete performers in North America. His blend of lucha libre, athleticism, and technical wrestling makes him a perfect fit for AEW's presentation. His return also creates the potential for crossover opportunities with New Japan Pro Wrestling, given the ongoing partnership between the two companies, a natural matchup that fans could realistically see in coming months. Another possible landing spot might have been AAA, but WWE's close ties with the promotion made that option nearly impossible. As for how Andrade was able to make such a quick comeback without the usual non-compete clause, PW Insider reported that multiple WWE sources confirmed his release was tied to repeated wellness policy violations over the past year. Rather than keeping him under contract and paying him through a 90-day clause, WWE decided to cut ties immediately, leaving Andrade free to sign elsewhere. AEW Men's World Champion Adam Page took a hard stance on social media after ICE recruitment ads aired multiple times during the October 1st, 2025 episode of AEW Dynamite. Fans watching the broadcast were caught off guard when U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement commercials ran during nearly every break. Hangman wasn't having it. After Dynamite went off the air, Page voiced his outrage on Blue Sky. "ICE airing commercials during Dynamite, let them know," he wrote. Page didn't stop there. He went one step further by posting direct links to both TBS and Warner Bros. Discovery's official feedback forms, urging viewers to file complaints about the ad placement. While AEW itself doesn't control what commercials air during their time slot, the backlash has now shifted attention to Warner Bros. Discovery, with fans waiting to see whether the network will back down from running such controversial spots. As of now, neither TBS nor WBD has made a public statement, but with the AEW Men's World Champion himself leading the charge, the conversation is impossible to ignore. And if that weren't enough to keep Page in the headlines, the very same episode of Dynamite that featured his segment ended in complete chaos. The wild pull-apart brawl between Adam Page and Samoa Joe had fans buzzing and even introduced a surprising new face into the mix. Independent wrestler Leroy Shogun confirmed that he was one of the security guards who stepped in when Page and Joe started throwing hands after their tag team win over the Death Riders. Shogun, a Florida standout with experience in Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling and POW, where he once held the POW Florida Championship, suddenly found himself in the middle of one of Dynamite's hottest angles. The chaos reached a boiling point when Page officially laid down a challenge to Joe with the AEW Men's World Championship on the line at WrestleDream, and Joe accepted. That makes the match official for the October 18th pay-per-view in St. Louis. While Shogun's involvement was brief, his appearance alongside Page and Joe is a major spotlight for an indie talent and could pave the way for more opportunities in AEW. Do you think AEW should give indie wrestlers like Leroy Shogun more chances to shine on national TV? And who do you have in the upcoming Page vs. Joe title clash at WrestleDream? Roman Reigns made his presence felt on Raw this week, not just with his return, but with a promo that had fans buzzing online. WWE dropped the clip shortly after the show, and social media quickly labeled it a full-on heel promo. "Something's changed, but not me. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm tired of everybody thinking they understand the landscape. I'm tired of everybody thinking they understand the top of the mountain. Only one man understands this altitude. The tribal chief, the greatest of all time. They only want what they don't have. Touch anything and it turned to gold. You understand that?" The delivery had fans convinced that he was leaning back into his darker roots, though in reality this is very much in line with his current persona. WWE has found itself in a tricky balance. Reigns is still universally over with audiences, but elements of his original heel character remain a key part of what makes his presence work in 2025. There's no indication WWE plans to turn him heel outright, but keeping that edge alive makes perfect sense for his long-term presentation. As for what's next, Reigns is already scheduled to work the Crown Jewel show next weekend, though WWE has yet to confirm his opponent. With the Vision circling and the Usos deeply tied to the storyline, a multi-man showdown looks to be the most likely direction. Should WWE fully embrace a Roman Reigns heel turn again, or is this current hybrid tribal chief persona the perfect balance? There's been an update on Jade Cargill's condition and her eventual return. According to PW Insider, word backstage at Monday's Raw was that Cargill only needed stitches to close up the large gash she suffered above her left eyebrow. Despite how brutal it looked, she did not require any plastic surgery, which is a huge relief considering how deep the cut appeared in the photos she later posted. Cargill was informed to rest and is not set to wrestle any live events or house shows. Internally, WWE officials are hopeful she could be cleared to return within just a few weeks. For now, the focus remains on her recovery. Britt Baker's absence from AEW television has stretched to nearly a year, and the silence surrounding her future is starting to frustrate fans. Adding fuel to the fire are accusations that AEW president Tony Khan is actively hiding replies on social media whenever fans call for her return. The situation escalated after one fan replied to Khan's post asking him to announce Britt Baker's return for Dynamite. That comment was quickly hidden. The fan tried again with "Announce Britt Baker Return Part 2, only for that reply to vanish as well. Eventually, the fan tweeted directly at Khan, demanding he stop hiding mentions of Baker and urging him to bring her home. All of this comes at a time when speculation about Baker's future has already been running wild. Some dirt sheets suggested she was looking to leave AEW, but Khan denied it, insisting she never once approached him about an exit. According to the AEW boss, her absence is part of the company's rotating talent policy, and she'll be back when the timing makes sense. Still, fans aren't buying it, with many pointing to her prolonged absence as proof that something bigger is going on. Baker wasn't even backstage during AEW's recent Dynamite taping in Pittsburgh, her own hometown, something fans took as a troubling sign. Behind the scenes, there's also talk that AEW could extend her deal into 2027 by adding injury time, leaving her locked in longer than expected. With replies about her return being hidden, no official update from AEW, and her presence even missing in her home city, fans feel more shut out than ever. Is Tony Khan mishandling Britt Baker's absence, or is AEW simply holding out for the perfect moment to bring her back? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let us know if you think Britt Baker's AEW run is nearing its end, or just waiting for the right spark. Jordynne Grace has had enough of being overlooked, and this time she's calling out both NXT and TNA management directly. The former TNA Knockouts champion took to social media after learning she wasn't included in the upcoming NXT vs TNA showdown. In a fiery video message, Grace blasted the decision, saying her contributions to the WWE TNA partnership deserved recognition. She also took aim at Santino Marella's choice of captain, making it clear she wasn't happy with the way the teams are shaping up.
Santino, Ava, there is a huge problem with Showdown next week. Come here, let me show you. I'm not on it. I was trying to bite my tongue, but I just can't anymore. There is no NXT without Jordynne Grace. There is no partnership. There are no cross-promotional champions. As a matter of fact, there is no Showdown without me setting the stage for it 2 years ago. And you guys let your team captains pick their team members, and they chose wrong. And Santino, letting Kalani Jordan be your TNA women's captain after one TNA show, I'm gonna refer you to my neurologist because I'm extremely concerned about you. I'm gonna say this as respectfully as I possibly can. You two need to fix this.
Of course, this isn't real, it's part of an ongoing storyline, and that's where the intrigue comes in. The real question is how WWE and TNA plan to use Jordynne Grace at Showdown. Will she be revealed as a last-minute addition, perhaps as a secret weapon who tips the balance for one side? Or could her loyalty itself become a twist, with fans wondering whether she'll stand with TNA, side with NXT, or shock everyone as a surprise factor in the main event? Share your predictions in the comments below. Talk about timing, just as WWE officially confirmed that its premium live events will leave Peacock in 2026 and shift over to ESPN's brand new direct-to-consumer platform, a McMahon connection with ESPN has already come to light. Declan McMahon, the son of Shane McMahon and grandson of Vince and Linda, recently wrapped up a summer internship with ESPN. And in classic fashion, the reveal came not from a press release, but from Linda McMahon herself during a conversation with Sage Steele. My oldest grandson, Declan, did have an internship at ESPN. Oh, he did this summer on the 40 Under 40 show. I think that might be what it's called, but oh, that's close. I'm probably not saying it exactly right. Linda added that internships like Declan's are invaluable because they help young professionals build relationships that can lead to career opportunities later on. Declan, who once played running back at Indiana University before entering the transfer portal in 2024, has been exploring his options beyond the football field. While his interest in sports media is now crystal clear, wrestling hasn't been completely off his radar either. Back in 2023, he mentioned attending a friend's wrestling practice, hinting that the McMahon family legacy might not be entirely out of reach. Now, with ESPN's biggest shows, including WrestleMania and the Royal Rumble set to air on ESPN platforms, the timing of Declan's ESPN stint almost feels poetic. Whether he continues down the sports media route, ventures into production, or one day finds his way to the gorilla position, Declan McMahon is keeping plenty of doors open. Don't miss our next video coming at 5:30 p.m. Eastern with all the latest wrestling updates. Smash that bell icon and select all notifications so you're always in the loop.